Hello everyone, this is Mr. Aaron again. Lesson 1-2. Today we are working on a big topic, order of operations. This one needs to go in your notes, especially this first part. PEMDAS, if you've never heard of it before, remember it. PEMDAS. PEMDAS, kind of like pandas, but a little different. I don't know. PEMDAS. And what PEMDAS stands for is... I gotta make sure I spell this first word right. Parentheses is what our P stands for. I'll explain this all in a second. Parentheses. Our E stands for exponents. You might be thinking, what are these words? What are you talking about? And I will explain, I promise. Exponents. This one you'll be able to understand. MD stands for marker's bad. Multiply and divide. And if you knew that, then you got to guess that A and S stands for add and subtract. Awesome. Well, we have PEMDAS all written out now, and we know what it stands for. But what in the world does that mean? Well, I'll tell you. The order of operations, what this means is this is how you need to solve all of your math problems ever. So if you've never heard of this before, it's huge. Super important. PEMDAS is so important. It tells you which order to solve math. And it is in the order of PEMDAS, P-E-M-D-A-S. That means what you start with is parentheses. I'm sure you know what a parenthesis is, but maybe you haven't seen it in math, so we'll get to that later. An exponent is something that looks like this. This is how I like to write exponents, to give you a little hint. They're the little numbers that go up on top, like the square root sign, exponent. There's my little hint for you. An example of that would be like 4 squared. That would be an exponent. So the first thing you do is you solve the parentheses. That's the first step. Step 1, parentheses. Solve them. Step 2, exponents. Solve them. Today we're not going to be doing anything with exponents, so we'll skip that step mostly. Step 3, haven't talked about yet, you do your multiplication and division. You never add or subtract before you do your multiplication and division. Multiply / divide. And you do them in that order, so you multiply, then divide. And then last but not least, add and subtract, and in that order. Let's try it. Let's try all this goofiness with this first problem right here. All right, we have 12 minus 8 divided by 2 plus 3. All right, let's go through our steps. Do we have any parentheses? There are no parentheses there. Not in this problem. No parentheses, so we can skip it. Exponents. Do we have anything that looks like that? No, we don't. We don't have anything that looks like that, so we skip it. We go to the next one. Multiply and divide. Do we have any multiplication or division? Yes, we do. We have 8 divided by 2. 8 divided by 2. So I'm not going to do 12 minus 8 because that's addition and subtraction. Multiplication and division becomes first in our PEMDAS. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to simplify this. I know 12 I'm going to leave minus 8 divided by 2. I know that is 4 plus 3. All right, let's check again. Do we have any multiplication and division in this now? No, we don't. Go on to our last step, add and subtract. All right, add comes first. 8 comes first for add. So we're going to add our 4 plus our 3 is 7. That leaves us with 12 minus 7 equals 5. Using PEMDAS, I was able to figure out the answer to that one was 5. All right, on to our next one. 7 plus 3 times 8 divided by 4. So right away, what do you want to do? Maybe you're thinking, oh, I want to add 7 plus 3. That's 10. That's easy. But no, that's wrong. That's wrong. Don't do that. PEMDAS. Always PEMDAS. Every problem you do, PEMDAS. We start with our parentheses. This one, we do have parentheses. Here they are. So we got to solve that first. Let's solve our parentheses. 8 divided by 4 is 2. So we got a new problem here. We got 7 plus 3 times 2. We solved our parentheses. We checked it off. On to our exponents. Do we have any exponents? No exponents today. I already told you that. We're not going to have any, but if they were there, we'd do them now. Next up, multiplication division. I know 7 plus 3 is not multiplication or division. 3 times 2 is. So we're going to do that. 3 times 2, you know that one, 6. That leaves us with 7 plus 6. We go to our last step, addition, subtraction. 7 plus 6 equals 13. Using PEMDAS, we solved it. PEMDAS, always use it. Parentheses, exponents, multiply, divide, add, subtract. Never add and subtract first. Follow our PEMDAS order. All right, on to our last one. This one's getting crazy. All right, we know our PEMDAS. We start with our parentheses. Uh-oh. We have 2 sets of parentheses. What do we start with? Well, here's what we start with. Here's kind of a sneak hint. You always start with the deepest parentheses. So if we had, for example, if we had 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 plus 2, let's see, how many do I need? 1, 2, 3, 4. You start with your deepest parentheses. So we start with our 2 plus 2. That'd be 4. Then we go out. That would be 8. That would be 16. That would be 32. We wouldn't start by 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. We start with our deepest parentheses. So we're looking at this one right here. Is our deepest parenthesis 2 plus 6? No, we have a parenthesis within that. 6 times 8 is 48. You know that. That's mental math. So let's rewrite. 2 plus 48. We solved one parenthesis. Oh, minus 1. Now we still have another parenthesis left. We can't go on to the next step until we do all the parentheses. So let's do our next one. 2 plus 48. That's mental math as well. We got 50. 50 minus 1. All right, no exponents. 50 minus 1, there's no multiplication or division there. We can go to our last step, add, subtract. And we can solve using PEMDAS for 48. Perfect. All right, now we're doing our challenge problems. We're going back to what we talked about yesterday. Remember yesterday, let's see if I still have it here somewhere, I think. We talked about numerical expression and algebraic expressions. Ooh, we're going to have to do our PEMDAS with our algebraic expressions. So here we go. We have 25 minus the sum of 15 and 5. So I got to write this out. I got 25 minus the sum of 15 and 5. I know the sum means add. Sum means add. If you didn't know that, write that down. Sum means add. So 25 minus the sum of 15 and 5. They're asking me to do the sum of 15 and 5 first, so that will be in parentheses. All right, now we're doing our PEMDAS. Looking back up top. Do we have parentheses? Yes, we do. Right here, we got to start with that. 15 plus 5 is 20. That gives us 20 minus, or 25 minus 5. Do we have any exponents? Nope, no exponents. I'll just add that up there because I like it. No exponents. Multiplication, division? None of that. We can skip it. Last step. Add, subtract. All right, let's do it. Final answer is 5 using PEMDAS. PEMDAS, parentheses, exponents, multiply and divide, and subtract in that order. All right, one last problem here. 17 minus the quotient of 25 and 5. I know they're asking for the quotient. They want us to find that first. 17 minus the quotient. They're telling us the order. The quotient of 25 and 5. Quotient means divide. If you didn't know that, write it down. Quotient equals divide. So I got 25 divided by 5. I could also have written this as 17 minus 25 divided by 5. Whichever works better for you, you write. All right, let's do our PEMDAS. You know what to do. We start with those parentheses. We're looking for our parentheses here. Do we have any? Yes, we do, right here. Next up, what's next up in PEMDAS? We got the E for exponents. Any exponents? No. All right. 25 divided by 5. Easy math. We're doing our parentheses first. 25 divided by 5 is 5. That brings us to 17 minus 5. Do we have any multiplication division left? No, we don't. Add and subtract equals 12. That's our final answer right there. Quick refresher of the day. PEMDAS, that's the big word today. We start with our parentheses. Orders of operation. That's what PEMDAS is. That's my, I don't even know what you call it. I'm blanking right now, but that's what it stands for. The orders of operations. It's what order we do our mathematical operations in. So PEMDAS is a hint to help us do that. PEMDAS, parentheses first, then exponents, then multiply and divide, and finally the last order of operation is add and subtract. Awesome. Good work today.